What's going on, guys? BlueMonsoon here. Today, for this episode of Weapon Weekly, I'm doing a little bit of a throwback episode. Now, back when this channel first started off, I believe the third ever video I did was a Weapon Weekly episode. Now, I didn't actually continue that series, but it was the weapon I did was the RPK-74M. Back in Battlefield 3, that was a very different weapon. If you know in Battlefield 4 now, it's very weird and very strange. But first of all, I just want to say, this is a little bit of a, like I said, a throwback episode to the very first episode of this series. Seeing as we're reaching a big landmark on my channel, I decided why not to go back and do something I've done before, but in a past game. So now I want to get into this weapon first of all, and say that it's a very weird weapon. It's very different. It's not like anything that has ever been in a Battlefield game. It's not even similar to the one that was in the last game. Now, the weirdest thing about this gun, I think, is it's unbelievably slow to kill. The average for LMGs is around about 350 milliseconds. This one kills in 477. Now that's quite a long time. It's not so long that you're going to struggle, but it's long enough so that it will cause you problems. Now, the other thing about this weapon is it has a very weird ADS animation. With most of them, the guy will bring the gun in front of his face as he moves it across to be in line with the direction he's looking. But this one, he sort of moves it sideways so it's in front of him and then pulls it back. That's probably because the way this gun is designed and the big butt stock it has, the way they actually have to do that, you can't naturally do a fluid movement, you have to do a weird movement, but it just looks incredibly strange, especially when using a bigger optic. I used the 3.4 PKA sight, I believe, and it just looked unbelievably weird. But either way, I'll get into some stats for this weapon. The damage is the standard 24 to 18, that's minimum 18, maximum 24. It has a very, very slow rate of fire at 600, you definitely feel it's slow. And also the velocity isn't particularly quick. Sometimes it feels like the bullets are taking quite a while to get to their target. The reload is 4.2 seconds for an empty magazine and 3.3 for rounds left. I guess that's around about average. For LMGs, that's probably quite good because LMGs do take longer to reload on average because of the box magazines. But this weapon does have quite a bit of downsides. The first downside is the fact that, like I said, it's a very slow rate of fire and it takes a long time to kill. You will easily get shot at in close quarters, if not at any range. The best way I used this weapon for was sort of mid-range, where I was able to definitely line up a shot on a target and then get them, rather than going in close quarters. I did play Operation Lock at one point, and I still tried doing this tactic because the weapon is actually good at long range or medium range, but you have to be quick and aim for headshots. Now, the loadout I found that was most effective was the Cobra sight. You can see me here using the PKA hollow sight. That's because I didn't actually have the Cobra sight at this time. But what definitely works best is an optic that doesn't have any magnification, if not 1 point, 2 point. No point using anything outside of the close quarters sights. I had no attachment on the side of the weapon. The only good one in that class is the laser sight, and even then it didn't really help it too much. This weapon has good enough hipfire recoil, hipfire aim, and also you're not really going to use it much at all with an LMG, which, like I said, you want to keep at a good distance. Then I used a compensator, which worked well because it may be able to help to control the gun, and in general it works well with most LMGs I found, especially this one. And then lastly, I had a stubby grip or potato grip. Now this is actually a good grip that helps in quite a lot of weapons, again, especially LMGs. You can probably change it up using a maybe ergo grip if you want to improve the hip fire, or you can use one of the other ones if you feel like you want to. So to be honest, this weapon is actually pretty bad. You will easily get shot out at any range by any other weapon, but if you're able to get a good line of sight and a good movement pattern on your enemy, you can easily go up and get quite a bit of kills. There were chances where I was able to get a good 2 or 3 kills by doing a nice flank but keeping it at a good range, where I was able to see my target and have a good accurate line of sight that worked well. When using this weapon though, one thing I couldn't help but think was, wow, I wish there was an AK-47 in this game. All they really need to change about this weapon is give it assault rifle stats and make it a little bit smaller. That sounds weird to say, but honestly these weapons are extremely similar. The RPK is basically a bigger, longer LMG version of the AK-47. With any luck, there'll be a version of that in Battlefield Hardline. There probably will be an AKM, which was on the beta, but yet to see if there'll be an AK-47 as well. I gotta be honest though, I do love the look of this weapon. It sounds weird to say, but I think it's just really cool with the fact it's an old wood finish. I didn't like the RPK back in Battlefield 3, which was a plastic finish. I thought it was a little bit weird. So I'm glad they went back and gave it a good classic wood finish, even though the weapon itself isn't actually too good, and to be honest, you can easily help it pass up. So that's all I guys, thanks for watching. Been Monsoon, I'll see you next time guys. This has been Monsoon. Hopefully we'll hit 100 time soon, and 150s next. See you guys, been Monsoon out.